Hi, Lauren Hughes here. Buyers, I've been talking to you a lot this year, and the reason is buyers are kind of the underdog right now in this market. It's definitely a seller's market, and so I don't have to advise too much on the seller side. It's just, my biggest thing with sellers is be kind. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to, and we always want to get the most money or whatever's most important to you. We always want to get that, but we can do it in a respectful manner. In regards to buyers, I've been talking a lot about post-closing occupancies, and the reason is I don't like them from a buyer side. From a seller side, I think they're amazing and they give you a flexibility, especially in a market like this. From a buy side, I think the liability is too much, but not always too much. You just have to understand with what you're getting into. And after you sign on that dotted line, you buy the house, that liability all falls onto you. So if the buyer or if the seller doesn't want to leave, or if the seller kind of trashes the house, there's not many options you have other than suing for specific performance, which anyone that's been in a lawsuit will tell you it's not fun. And I've been in a few. It's not fun. It's never fun. And I'm not going to sue over some people like not moving out completely. They just left a bunch of trash in their house. But as a buyer, that's really frustrating. And right now I feel like sellers are almost being coached to take advantage a lot of times. And so I just really don't like those post-closing occupancy agreements unless the buyer really knows what they're getting into. And heaven forbid it's a tenant and a tenant doesn't want to move and you have to move to evict, which isn't fun, and it's usually seen as a negative term. But if you're a homeowner, you are paying a mortgage, you have nowhere else to live, you need that tenant to get out so you have a place to live. So I have a lot of concerns with post-closing occupancy agreements just because of all of the inherent liability. It all falls onto the buyer, and there's not a lot of support with that system, and your ramifications are basically to sue, which that's long, lengthy, and expensive, and so it's usually not the best option. So if you guys ever have any questions, my door is always open.